This is all I've ever wanted.
1 second.
No.
Is something broken?
No.
As usual.
I was just fixing.
It's weird looking up and seeing Jeff instead of Jen.
Hi, I'm Sumiko. I turn into Val.
Hi,
I
I'm
didn't
Val.
think of that. Zach could just play Sumiko pretending to be Val.
And I'll just
not
say
want
Val.
Holy
It's like
shit.
There we go.
Emma Watson playing Hermione Granger playing Bellatrix Lestrange.
On crack.
Amazing. In Gringus.
And I'm dark and brooding Val.
Okay.
It's a great day.
It's-
Cool.
It's like a mirror.
Are
He
y'all
has the context for it.
are y'all ready?
Yeah, we're all ready. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready. Streamlabs does weird things sometimes. So, but it's all good.
It's okay now?
Yeah, a couple of quick clicks and then it's all good.
Wow. Shout out Streamlabs.
Shout out.
Oh no.
So user friendly. Sponsor us.
Is there a favorite thing?
All right.
Speaking of sponsors.
So welcome to
Wow, it's like we forgot how to stream
Yeah.
in 2 weeks.
How do?
We can't.
I haven't been here in a month. Not my fault.
I can. I'm good. I'll get there. All right. Just give me some time.
Hello.
We only
Welcome.
did like 4
my
rounds of
gosh.
shots before.
Yeah.
So I didn't kill the 4 shots prior to the stream.
3.5.
That I normally do. Oh man. Okay. Hold on a second.
4 regular shots, 4 dumpling shots.
We're good. Dumpling crowd?
Miriam was doing
Dumplings. Just, yeah.
Just shots of actual physical
Dumplings.
Just
dumpling
eating
food.
a lot of
Yep.
dumplings.
Okay.
Noted.
Tatiana
Alcoholic
was
dumplings?
pounding them back.
Yeah.
Like alcoholic
No, no,
dumplings? Because that sounds like a wonderful invention that we need
You
to work on right now.
Just pound it back.
Alcohol-soaked dumplings.
Dumplings, yeah.
Yeah.
Like beer battered.
Okay, welcome to the 8th episode of the 2nd chapter of our campaign. We are a bunch of average people playing a chaotic and awesome game. And our latest episode of our Air D&D podcast is Up and Atom. Hey guys. Never mind, I'll wait.
Okay.
It's Up and Atom. It features Heaven at tis_aliens on Twitter. She's super dope, super cool. And Becca at Dread Pirate Bex from the Dice Girls. And it was definitely a very fun conversation. I really enjoyed myself. And yeah. I also had the privilege of being on at So Matty Games, this channel, yesterday. And we were just talking. Me, him, and Leona Maple. It was a really nice conversation. So if you guys want to check that out, you should. We talked D&D, and it was really cool. But yeah, go check out our stuff too, Air D&D, wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you love it, which you should, leave a review on iTunes so that other people can find it and love it the same way that you do.
And if you don't love it, let us know what we can do to improve.
Maybe not.
you will love
you
it
might.
now.
You might want to DM me for that though. If you hate it, just shoot me a DM. We'll talk. We'll talk. Only leave the good reviews in there.
Turn on your location.
Right? Tell me where you live.
We'll talk in person.
Yep.
I'll be there. Right
Join our Discord. We like talking to people about D&D stuff and really anything. I think our most active channel is probably the anime one. So, yeah.
It's your fault.
I did nothing.
So just go to chaosconductors.com and you're going to see the Air D&D Lounge. That's our Discord. It also has the Discord in parentheses. So click that and you'll be right there to talk to all of us, and that'll be awesome. Do it. And lastly, it's time for a shout out to our sponsors. Oh yeah, Dungeon Depths. where you can find all of your Chaos Conductors merch and D&D apparel needs. You can find them at dungeondeaths.store.
Nailed it.
And Ambient Realms. Your one-stop shop for ambient music and RPG sound effects. They can be found at ambientrealms.com. Had to,
Yeah.
get the energies flowing.
I'm going to their websites right now.
I've already paid for everything.
Somebody else check the,
I'm a little confused about what's going to be on those
video
websites.
on this. Oh, it looks like it's freezing on mine.
No, it's cool.
No, we're good.
Alright, cool. It's just mine then.
Cuckoo.
Smash
Okay.
stuff.
I'll also check it out. Just because, why not?
They already said it's cool.
Yeah,
Just because why not,
You
okay?
don't trust them?
Nope.
He just
I
likes
hate
drawing
him.
it out longer.
I hate
They
them.
He
suck.
wants us to suffer.
I do.
I can admit that.
Val welcomes it, so I mean, the more suffering just
Well, you
empowers him.
You
Remember
welcome
when I
the
was like, is
stress.
Val a masochist? And you were like,
No!
Only most of the time.
But yes.
But yes.
Only
Okay.
when there's a knife.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Let's go ahead and get started.
Alright, please.
So, first...
Where's my girl Cimmeria at?
Where is that? Where is that girl?
Sleeping with the fishes.
So, last episode of Shadows of Zethris. You all made your way into Kangaron. Not you. Posed as merchants, there to sell wares for Trixon. Trixon's Fixin's helpers. You made some sales and contacts, one of which was an elf named Saxton, who informed you of some very interesting news dealing with the Night Masks and their connection with the Guru Gran, Sashar Lightchild. Speaking of Sashar Lightchild, Cimmeria met up with some figures of her past, checked in on her comatose father, and ultimately met with Sashar to find out what she had in store for her. So, I think...
you're trying to fight down a smile right now.
I think that we're going to start with you, Cimmeria.
Okay.
So I put on some lovely music for our listeners,
And ambient realms.
as per Ambient Realms. So I would say at this point, where you left off, she had shown you this white stone and revealed underneath that she also has one embedded in her chest. Now, hers seems to be more of like a diamond shape, whereas the one that she is giving to you is it's kind of closer to an oval. She kind of looks at you. Do you know what this is?
I have seen them before.
Where?
The shadows, a number of them have them. I don't know what they do.
Here. Take it. You see, your role in this is very important. Your role in this is very important, Cimmeria. We need to provide these stones to many villagers in Santil. And I'm trusting that you will be able to do so.
What are they? What do they do?
They help to empower the weak, give them strength to fight off normal things that they shouldn't be able to. It gives them health. And for the strong, it helps to augment their abilities and their growth.
I see.
Now, my organization, we are trying to save people here. We are trying to give the people a fighting chance.
Against what?
I mean, you've been outside of these walls. You've seen the kind of dangers that everyone faces. Sickness, plague, in some places famine. If you're not worrying about some monster going to attack you in the night, it's sometimes barely even just difficult to survive.
I see.
But you can play a part in this.
I'd like to.
Then I want to help you as well, and this village. And I think that we can come to an agreement.
What sort of agreement?
I need you to bring a supply of these to different areas in this country. And I will be mobilizing my forces into looking for a cure for your father's coma. As soon as he is back on his feet, this city will be for the better. Okay?
Yes.
All right. Do you think that the shadows would be willing to help you with this?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I need you to convince them.
They were not happy that I left. I don't think that I'm the person they want to see right now.
If we can forgive you here, then they can forgive you.
They're not so honorable. I don't even know where they are.
I'm sure we can find them. Do you accept this quest?
Yes, of course. Could I not do it alone?
It would be extremely dangerous. And these are very hard to create.
I see.
So they are extremely important.
You would really send me away this soon?
I would.
You trust me?
No. But your father did. And I trust him. I spoke to him about these plans not too long ago. He had you in mind for this.
Okay.
Is there anything that you will need?
I haven't any weapons or any proper armor.
You can visit the armory.
Thank you.
Collect whatever you need from there.
Thank you. Other than that, no?
Then that is all. You're dismissed.
She bow. And leave?
Okay. So you leave. Where are you off to?
The armory, I guess. Yeah,
Okay.
got something to do.
I'd say you head over in that direction. At this point, it's still night.
Okay.
You were having that conversation with her, before bedtime, about 9 p.m.ish.
Oh, okay. So I'll probably go.
Completely up to you.
I should have asked her where I was staying.
I would say that she, you would know.
Am I staying in the keep or am I staying in an inn?
You're staying in the keep. They have a room there for you.
My room?
Yes, but it's not quite the same.
Oh. Okay, I'll go there. How is it different?
It's different in that some of your personal belongings have definitely been rifled through.
Makes sense.
Some things have been removed from the room. It kind of just looks a little bit bare. But a lot of the, things that you had in your room are still there. They just kind of look like they might have been slightly tampered with in some way.
Gotcha.
Or disorderly.
Makes sense. She wouldn't be offended by that. She'd just go and I guess get ready for bed.
Okay. Tell me the room situation.
We have 4 rooms.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4. We're all in the first room, 21, I think. I would have grabbed what I gave Virian and probably just went and stashed down in my own room.
Okay.
Yeah, we all would have split up after talking about what we were gonna do.
I don't know if we never really came to a consensus.
Remember where we landed in our last conversation.
I saw Cimmeria explain that,
Right.
and then we were just kind of like, fuck.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I think you said you wanted to help, and Vivian said you did not.
Want to help. What?
Don't find Cimmeria.
That's right. Yeah.
You said
Varian
wasn't
said he
down for that.
didn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
So what are you guys doing before you go to bed?
I would go into my room and probably just sit in Lith's vision if she was still stationed outside the where they last walked into. And if she caught sight of Cimmeria, I would see where they were or see where she went.
Okay. I'd say you did catch sight of her.
And that's what I had her followed.
Huh?
That's what I had her followed, depending on how far away the guru's place is from the keep.
You went as far as you could because the inner sanctum of this city has a magical ward. So you can only really go through one of 2 entrances that kind of goes through the hole in the ward. But I would say that Lith would be able to see that ward and not try and fly into it and die.
Mm-hmm.
But would be far enough, and plus owl vision would be able to see okay, I have a general idea of where she's headed.
Okay.
You doing anything?
Just meditating, going to bed.
Did you go to your own room?
Yes.
Okay. I would say wake up the next day. You know, after meditating, doing whatever you do. And you find that Virion and Sumiko are not there. They're missing.
Shit. So like we go to check the rooms and they're just gone inexplicably
I would have said we would have probably agreed to meet back in the
in the main room.
21, yeah.
Yeah.
They're not there.
I'm gonna try the stones first. Virion? Sumiko? Where did you go?
No answer.
That's good.
Shit. I wanna... Sumiko had all of our goods, right?
I do.
Oh, you have the goods. Okay.
Sumiko's stuff is also left behind, as well as Virion's.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Like if they were carrying a bag, pretty much anything that's not on like their direct person. Like if they had a bag of holding or anything like that, it's been left behind. It doesn't look like there was any kind of like struggle or forced entry or anything, but the room isn't really tidy or anything. It looked like they might have been out in a hurry. So I'd say that the two of you are now in this room.
Best case scenario, they're just out of range. Worst case scenario,
Why would
dead.
they wander off out of range? I mean, Sumiko maybe,
That's true, yeah.
but Virion would know better than to just disappear in the middle of the night and have us wake up and not know where he is. I don't like this at all. Which one of your contacts is going to know the most about the goings on, like about what, if anything, unusual happened last night?
Saxon might, but we also have a potential lead on a night mass hideout or bar that we could see potentially what information we could get.
Is that safe?
Probably not. But I mean, with the guru potentially running everything, I mean, is safe really a relative word at this point?
I guess so. Oh. Is there any... I'm gonna look around their rooms, or whatever room they stayed in, and I'm looking for if they left some kind of a note behind, or like, hey, we're just out for bagels. We'll be right back.
Sure. Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Derby.
5. Nothing.
Nothing really, yeah. Everything looks fine, but there aren't any notes or anything that are left out.
I mean, I don't see any blood, so I guess that's good.
That's something. Okay. Okay. The other thing that I want to do is, we're in an inn, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go talk to whoever the innkeeper is.
Okay. So you kind of walk up to the front. You can see that it appears to be a younger woman that's standing at the counter. And she kind of says, "You."
Hi. You know our dragonborn friend that came to stay here with us?
You can see that she like instantly blushes. She's like, yeah.
Did you see him leave last night or this morning?
Yeah.
Okay. When did he leave? Did he mention where he was going?
No. Just... I remember him saying something about it being important.
He and another one of our friends.
Yes, the
He was with someone.
the wood elf.
Okay. Did they seem like they were in a hurry?
Yes.
Did they seem worried?
The wood elf?
Seemed worried, but Varian didn't. The Dragonborn
No.
seemed calm.
He seemed very, very calm
Okay.
and confident.
Was anybody else with them?
No.
It was just the two of them.
Yeah.
What the?
Maybe they went patrolling too.
That would be an unexpected twist, I have to say.
Seems to be a lot of that recently.
Like a twist.
A twist.
Yeah, I'm sorry I don't have any more
They
information.
didn't say anything else about where they were going. Did you see which way they headed?
No, I just saw them walk out the door. I don't really pay attention though. I just said hi. And
If
that's
they
about
were
it.
leaving, why wouldn't they tell us where they were going?
No, it's a very me thing to do though. So
Well, no offense, but I wouldn't be as worried if it was you.
good point.
Okay.
We'll give them some time.
Mm-hmm. It sounds like maybe something came up and they just weren't thinking, but at least they weren't like taken. I would have grabbed their stuff like between the two of us just because I don't want to leave it in the room.
Sure. Yeah.
What the hell do we do now?
We wanted to try and get Cimmeria out of here, right?
I saw her. She left the wherever the hell she was in, but I couldn't follow her as far as there seems to be whatever that part of the city that she's in. There's some sort of barrier that prevents me from getting in there with Liv. So I don't know if that also means that it's going to drop this disguise or not. So just kind of have to wing it.
Do you think we could use the rod as an in to where she is?
Like a trade?
No, as a reason for us to go
That
on the inside.
we have a ring. Say we're delivering it.
It's true. We do have a ring. We don't have any reason to believe that they'll be hostile against us if we just want to talk to her, right?
True. Unless my disguise drops.
Or they know who I am and who my mother is.
There's a lot of what ifs.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go scope out the night mass site
Okay,
since it's day. Let's just go see where it is.
sounds good.
As you, I guess, start to walk towards the door, you can see that the door like bursts open. You can see that there are like three elves that are standing at the entrance. The one in front has like short, spiky ash gray hair, brown eyes. Their skin is like a very nice light brown, and they wear dull silver leather armor that's encrusted with like delicate pieces of rock and sand. And there are two other elves standing behind them. Both of them kind of having a similar skin color, except one of them, their skin color is more of like a caramel, and they have like a head wrap, a silver poncho, and like leather armor underneath that's showing, and the other elf, who's kind of just like, you know, kind of making themselves really small in the back. His whole face is covered except for their eyes, which are like a dark brown, and they're wearing like a similar leather armor that's like underneath a cloak.
Are they in the way?
Yes. But the one in front looks pretty excited, and
Looking at the girl is still behind the counter, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, miss. May I have a word?
Yeah.
Ellipsa, I was informed that there were some people that I'm looking for staying here. They associated with Tricks and Fictions?
I've never heard of that name.
Well, I was searching around. I was told that they were staying here for the night. You haven't heard anything by that name at all. They're traveling merchants.
You know, I didn't check in people last night, so I'm not really sure if we got any traveling merchants.
Didn't even.
Hey, all, do you know if there are any traveling merchants that came through?
I think there might have been. Why are you looking for them?
You're in disguise, right? Oh well.
I'm cloaked. My eyes are down.
My dad is out.
I myself am a purchaser of wares and am in search of. I'm really upset. I heard they came in town yesterday and I missed them while they were in market, and now I'm just trying to acquire some of their wares that they were selling.
Insight check.
I heard it was quite great.
15.
Seems very excited. Seems extremely genuine, and you also notice that he's kind of really paying attention to the both of you as he's talking.
What race is he?
He's a high elf.
Oh, he's a high elf. Oh, okay.
Yeah. He just has light brown skin.
Was there anything in particular you were looking for?
All sorts. I was told something. One of my buddies was telling me that you guys had. Shit. One of my buddies told me that they were selling a satchel of sorts, some spears. I can't remember what else, but I honestly don't really care what they're selling. Last time I ran into them, the wares from Tricks and Fixins were just far superior to some of the other grub we find around these plates.
Have you checked the market yet?
This time of day, not too many people have shown up around there, so yes, I passed through it on my way. This isn't my first time here.
I was like, and I touched in the back of my head. I don't trust this.
Okay, let's just get out of here then.
Yeah. Good luck.
Well, you seem to have quite a few questions yourself. Have you not been in the market yourself, or did you see them yesterday?
I was in the market, but there was a lot of people selling goods.
The only brief description I got them was something about a dragonborn and a couple other merry men, but nothing specific.
Dragonborn.
And they are quite rare, especially in this city of sorts.
I don't believe I've ever seen one, but I'll keep an eye out.
Insight check. 6.
I would say similar to a lot of the other people in this town, you can never truly trust anyone. So there isn't a lot of conviction in his words, but it isn't very apparent that he's lying either.
Okay.
What weapons do they have? Do they have any weapons on them that I can see?
The only thing that you can see is it does appear that the caramel-colored skin elf seems to be holding some kind of rosary in their right hand, and they're just kind of playing around with it and looking at the both of you, just kind of shifting and watching your movements.
I'm gonna ask, do you do a lot of business in town?
I travel from town to town, but yes, I've been here too many times this year, I'm just gonna say. But yes.
Do you ever do business in the main keep?
From time to time. I actually have some business later on today that I need to head there. Why, pray tell, do you ask?
Well, we actually do have some interesting wares with us. And we're looking for some higher ticket buyers for them.
Oh, interesting.
Do you think we could tag along with your business this afternoon?
Well, why go into the keep when you could just sell to me directly? What on earth? What pray tell, might you have?
How deep are your pockets?
Deep enough. It all depends on, what on earth you might be selling.
120,000 gold worth of deep pockets?
Anything is possible, but for 120,000 gold, what on earth are you selling? Well, I guess for that price, it might be outside of this realm.
It might be. It might take you to another realm.
I've purchased an item or two like that in my past, but you have me intrigued. What might you have on you? And who are you?
Well, the one particular item that I have, not for sale, but it could be for the right price, happens to think of it as it takes you to your favorite vacation spot. I want to take out the rod of something or another. Tell us something or another.
Teleportation.
Oh, it's just teleportation? Oh.
Yeah.
I thought I had like a fancy name or something.
Or
Yeah.
roll of teletranation.
Yeah.
Transmute.
Teleportation. Vacation spot.
Yeah.
Timeshare rod.
Timeshare rod.
Lit timeshare rod.
I picked this up in my travels, so I don't necessarily need to sell it, but it is quite the oddity.
You're trying to tell me that you picked something up on your travels that you're just carrying around that you aren't trying to sell, but is worth over 100,000 gold.
I've had it appraised.
Then why? And you just carry it around on your person?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty frivolous. I'm pretty. Okay. And have you tried using this tool yourself?
Is it? Do we know if it's a one-time use or not?
We don't know.
Haven't needed it.
It seems like not. I would guess.
He described it and no one asked any questions or anything.
Well, he did say it would be good for like the military, like
I haven't-
whatever. So
I haven't needed a vacation recently, so no.
the thing is, we are new to town. I guess we're kind of checking out our surroundings. We actually have an errand that we need to run this afternoon, but then if we could just travel with you and you could kind of show us around. It would be interesting to see how someone who is more familiar with the town does business here.
Looking at Tatiana, do I see any of your weapons? Like, is it visible or are they under your cloak?
That's a good question. They'd be under my cloak, because I just have the one, like, on my hip, under my cloak.
I am quite intrigued with you, though. How does someone of your nature appear in a town like this?
Oh, I make interesting friends.
Well, it seems...
Like yourself.
Well, quite thank you. But, I know this town cannot be easy.
It's because she's a half-elf, yeah?
Yes, this town cannot be easy on the house. But... So I'm guessing you are traveling companions or something of the sort?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
Okay. Your visage, it reminds me of a tale I saw, but I'll let it pass.
A tail you saw.
So you said you guys needed it. You were planning on heading to the keep today.
At some point, yeah.
Yeah, yes.
Oh, well, I myself am planning to head in there as well. I need to have a word or two with Soren, so.
Huh. Where did your companions get those cloaks? Most lovely material. The silver.
Oh, well, we travel from here and there, and it's quite, it's very native to our place. It's, have you ever been to the Moist Oaks?
No.
Well, you should visit us sometime. It is quite a beautiful place where we saw quite beautiful things.
We'll have to put that on our list next.
Mm-hmm.
Well, do you, I myself am a Lipsard von Trigon. Do you all have names, perhaps?
Fennel.
Fennel. Perhaps did you draw a blank?
Both of you give me deception checks.
Deception?
Yep.
I'm going to pass it.
I'm gonna
regardless.
say, after a second, my name is Xena.
Oh. Yes! Oh!
Not one.
Does my 29 make up for it? Oh, no.
Oof. You can definitely tell the momentary hesitation and like unsureness of the name that's being given. His definitely sounds like okay, but you're very curious, suspicious even.
Huh, Xena. I've heard tales of an Xena, but one, she didn't match her description, and two, she's no longer with us. But
Lots of Xenas out there.
some might say. But the keep, you guys said. When have you all grabbed a bite to eat yet this morning? It's still quite early.
I think we had breakfast plans.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that?
Would you care to join us? There's a place in town that I visit quite often that I already have a table reserved, which was for the tricks and fiction folks, but apparently they happen not to be here, so I have room at our table.
You seem to be very keen on meeting these tricks and fixin' people.
Well, I mean, I met Trixon, I want to say 3 months ago, and I would love to meet him again.
Okay.
Maybe we'll run into him.
Or his companions.
Well, yeah, I mean, I was told that his companions were the ones that are here this time. Unfortunately, I believe he is disposed elsewhere. So, breakfast.
Breakfast.
They do have great wines at this place.
Lead the way.
I go to some bougie ass establishment.
Okay. Despite its name, you lead them into the Shield District, the inner sanctum of this city. And even though you are kind of on the outskirts, you come in through the nobility entrance, and there are a lot of the nicer restaurants. Places where a lot of the nobles and people of like who have a rapport with the city will come in and dine at. So despite the name, it's a very nice place. It's called the Dull Donkey. Yes. And as you step in, it's a very small restaurant. There are only about 8 tables, and there are at least like 4 waiters and waitresses that are kind of going in between them, constantly looking to provide the best service possible. And each of these tables, it can seat up to 6 people. They are round wooden tables, and they have like, you can just see all of these different types of food. Like the tables are almost bursting with how much stuff is on top. Stuff almost falling off of the table.
Food?
Food-wise, yeah. And yeah, you can just see that there are other high elf types in this establishment. They're already sitting down, and they're all very, very quiet.
Prudish.
Very, very polite. There's a lot of indeed. Yes.
Indeed.
Yes.
Indeed.
One of the tables to your right. There seems to be two high elves that are like having a discussion, like a slight bicker about like what kind of wine is, like how rich the flavor is, or like where it comes from. And they seem very polite, but it seems to be like slightly escalating. Like one of them is, "Oh no, I am sure of this. That comes from the pines in the Sylvan Forest." It's like, "Oh, you might be mistaken. I actually think," and it's just going back and forth.
Val's internal monologue is just like, this is everything I thought it would be. This is it, thank you. This is what I needed.
Yeah, there's a lot of like, perhaps you are confused about that one. There's another one similar. It's like, oh no, I'm not confused. My experience is, yeah, it's a lot of that. But they lead you to a table. You sit down, and
I feel personally attacked.
I cannot have a good time.
they lead you to a table. You sit down, and yes, you guys start to go about the process of ordering food and talking amongst yourselves.
As we were walking or leaving like the inn and stuff like that, I would have had 3 fingers back out to see if any of them, or to see if I caught any of them like, oh,
Noticing.
he might be a friend kind of thing.
No one here.
Not even in the group that he's with?
No.
Okay.
Well, at least no one is approaching you or talking to you or anything. All right, so you receive a letter in the morning, Cimmeria. And the letter, it seems to have instructions. It seems that you are being requested to go outside of the city walls, directly outside of the walls, near the mountainside. And it's kind of near where the birthing chambers are. but the birthing chambers kind of fall within the city lines. But outside of that, you were basically told that there is a cavern door entrance that's basically hidden. And to walk along the wall with your left hand, like scraping alongside. As you do, you can feel that the material of the rock wall, it kind of like catches your hand. There's some additional like grip here. It looks the same. But as you feel around and you kind of look back at your note, you push. As you do so, you can feel that you're pushing, but the rock wall looks the same. But you see your hand going through. I would assume you step in.
Yeah.
As you step in, you can see that there is a long, like, passageway that leads to an open pool of water. The pool is only about 1.5 feet deep, but the instructions are basically telling you to lay in the pool and take the stone and place it on your chest. Think of impactful thoughts. It doesn't say happy, doesn't say sad. Think of impactful thoughts. As you lay in the water, you can see that torches around the perimeter light up. You can hear whispers, sounds. It's very difficult to pick them out, but give me a perception check.
Perception's not great. 12?
12. Okay. I would say it's pretty difficult to hear all of the different sounds and to like make out bits and pieces. But what you do make out, the words need to reform. It's a long journey. I've gone down this path before. And lastly, the sound of wings. Like, you don't hear the sound of wings. You pick out those words, the sound of wings. What do you think about?
Gosh, I don't know. I'd probably try and think impactful thoughts, but I'd get distracted. I'd probably be pretty scared of what's going on, considering that everyone else I've met has no clue how they got their stone.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd probably muscle through that fear by thinking about my dad.
Okay.
She'd think about Shorin. Yeah. Thinking somewhere deep down, if she just does what she's told and does well at it, he'll get better.
Okay. Then I would say as you focus and you put this stone towards your chest, you can see that you are less holding the stone, and the stone appears to be moving, burying itself deeper and deeper, until you can only see one small side of it that's poking out of your chest.
Mm-hmm.
As this is happening, it doesn't hurt, but you find it very difficult to concentrate on anything. It's almost as if you struggle to think. You are instantly given like flashes, and you can see a small child. It's kind of staring at you from extremely far away, like miles. Yet you can still make out their form. They're sitting, and you can see that the wind is kind of pulling you. It's a very strong wind in that direction. You try and move, but it feels as if your legs weigh a ton. Your feet weigh a ton. So you kind of, in your standing state, are stuck. You can see that the child kind of falls on the ground, lays their arms out. Then you can't see them anymore. Around you is a mountainous, region. You seem to be now kind of in the center of this, as there are mountains all around you. Before you could see 5 miles straight, but now you're looking up, seeing all of these things. You can see that there appears to be hands that are crawling over the mountaintop. Thousands of them. You can see that there's long, dangly arms, as some of the arms are hanging all the way down and scraping along as a form is being pushed over the mountain. As this happens, you feel a deep, deep pain in your chest. It makes you close your eyes and how much pain you're feeling. And as it's too much to bear, you scream out, a shriek. As you do, when you open your eyes, you can see that the mountains are crumbling around you. The creature's falling under the weight of the rocks. Hands that are kind of extending out and then falling. At this point, you can see the child. They're about 4 miles closer, so a mile out at this point. It's a white, formless, humanoid shape. But you can't make out any details. At this point, the moon, which is on the right side in the sky, it went from a white to a deep red, and it appears to start raining. It's raining like black rain. It falls on the ground and forms puddles of this liquid. The biggest puddle is forming at your feet. And as you stare forward at this child, it kind of being a little bit hidden by all of the rain that's coming down, you look down at this puddle as you feel yourself slowly falling down until you are submerged. You can still breathe. You can't see anything around you. There's a flash of light. You wake up, gasping for air, struggling to breathe. The water around you is no more, and you are on the floor of this pool. You're also not wet. But as you look down, you can see that it has made its incision. There's no blood. You feel okay. As you stand up, there's a slight dizziness, and you can hear a very distant whisper. can hear a very distant whisper. Cimmeria. Cimmeria. Look around. There's no one in this room with you. Thank you. What do you do?
Stand there, very confused.
Seems like a totally not evil health supplement.
Who's that?
It's not.
Hello?
You feel yourself kind of overcome with a heat. But it's not the kind of heat where you're burning. It's not the kind of heat that you fought, that you felt when you fought Pisno.
Okay.
It's not that kind of heat. Your skin isn't actively aching and you feel like death. It's an inner heat. As if you drunk something that was very hot. And it's kind of traveling its way down your throat, into your stomach, sitting there. Goosebumps raise on both of your arms as you feel this. Your hair is standing on edge. You feel a gust of brief wind as your hair gets pushed back, almost as if it was coming from the entrance. Then it stops. You feel extremely tired, and you can't help but close your eyes. As you do, you can kind of get a 1-second slideshow of everything you just experienced. But then you see another slideshow. You see yourself giving to others. You see the people being healed by this. People who have medical ailments, who are kind of thanking you, who are on their last leg and can now stand. There's a warm feeling that comes with it. A feeling of satisfaction, even though you haven't done anything yet. And then it goes away. And you don't feel anything. After about 2 minutes, as your heart has been thumping in your chest, it stops. And you feel the same thumping, but from the middle of your chest. Then it stops. Then your heart starts thumping again. And that's all that happens.
That's all that happens.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Normal shit.
Just another Wednesday.
Another day, okay.
Your dreams don't look like that?
Okay.
So after that happens, what do you do? Cool.
I'm going back to the keep, to my room,
Okay,
to freak out in private.
sure.
Yep.
As you step outside of the room, you can hear water levels rising. So look behind you. The room is full. well, the
Floor is covered.
specifically the pool that you were in is now full again.
Yeah. Back to the keep.
Okay. So I'll see you go back to the keep, and we'll follow up with you all. So, is there anything that you would like to do here beyond eating?
I have a feeling it'd be a lot of like staring at each other while we eat.
And quietly insight checking.
Yeah.
Everything.
You do
A lot of
notice
conversation. It's a lot of conversation.
Secretly
the two
having
elves.
conversations.
The two elves that are with Ellipsor are not eating or talking.
Your friend's not hungry.
They eat when they need to eat.
Oh. Okay.
They're like allowed to eat, right?
Do you have to allow someone to eat? Someone just eats whenever they need to. They don't feel the need right now.
You'd be surprised.
Just checking.
I do appreciate they and I do appreciate your care for them. No, I'm not some crazy noble that doesn't allow those that help me to eat. They just don't feel like it, right?
He says yes.
Vaughn, Jax. See, they're quite fine. But as for you two, so travelers, right? / random expensive wear carriers. I guess, you know.
Purveyors of interesting places and things.
Have you this year you all visited any strange places that I should be aware of, that I should try to venture out to myself?
Hmm. We've been to hell.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, how is it this time of year?
Hot.
I thought it
Some
was
nice people there, honestly.
Yeah.
quite a few. No, it isn't. That is not a place in my docket. I don't know what pray tell brought you all there.
A dog.
A dog.
Crystal, actually, is the dog's name.
Crystal. It's a strange name for a dog, and
It was a very strange dog.
like the dogs that bark, the animals, little 4 legs and a tail.
Is there another dog I don't?
I'm sure there's demon dogs and all other sorts, but you know.
So, Trigon,
Yes.
may I have your ear?
Oh, always. Mind me for a second.
The caramel-skinned elf just kind of steps up from the table and walks towards the entrance of the door.
It's fine. What can I do you for?
As you know, I am always looking out for anything strange.
Of course, and that's why you travel with me, and I've always appreciated your advice. What's up?
Pray tell, why are we around these folks?
There's something about them that intrigues me. Specifically, do you remember back when we were traveling? For the life of me, I can't remember the name, but we ran into that entertainer. He was telling us stories.
Oh man.
I mean, the character changed so many. I have no idea what his original form was. But
The Warforged.
I think he was Warforged. That's the form he stayed in the longest. But
Yes, I believe I recall the tale.
I believe they might have been in this tale. Remember how he used to take on the faces of those in the tale? That that half-elf looks quite familiar.
Well,
Makes a lot lyrics.
another reason why I called you over here was because he is using some kind of magic.
The high elf, right?
I was waiting for that.
Yes.
I hadn't picked up on it myself, but you know me, I'm not the best with the magic, and that's why I have you all around with me. But
It's specifically some kind of alteration spell.
yes, I mean,
I just want you to be aware.
thank you. I do appreciate it.
Of course.
I will bring it. We'll bring it up on our way to the keep. Don't worry, I'm not going to let them in. I'm not going to let them in on my good name without first verifying their identities.
I should have known better.
It's all right. As you know, I did pick up that they were very intrigued when I mentioned that I was going to the keep as well. So our name will not be tarnished. But I do appreciate your
You're always
advice as always.
very quick to catch on to details, Sir Trigon.
And Vaughn, you're always quick to advise, so I appreciate it. Continue on.
Of course, sir. She steps back over to the table and sits down.
Did she look real shifty while she was talking to him?
Not any more shifty than she did before.
Or was it like talking to him and kind of like if she mentioned the half-elf, she kind of piqued her. She was like, he might be in disguise. Kind of.
She was definitely just looking at his direction. And if anything, it might have even been suspicious how focused she was on body control and things like that.
Yeah.
Like it didn't seem
When she was
very
very fidgety before.
exactly. It didn't seem very, very organic, especially since before she was like continually looking at both of you.
Yeah.
So I'd say you'd be able to, pick that out pretty easily.
Where in the restaurant are we? And how many people are still there?
There are currently about 10 other people there that are not staff. And you are, I'd say if there are rows, you are kind of in like the middle of the leftmost row.
Okay.
Sorry about that. Just pish-posh.
When he sits back down, I want to shift my disguise from... I would have had red eyes before, and I'm going to shift them back to the hazy yellow that Val has.
Can you do it manually? Or do you have to...
I don't know.
Because you're using the disguise self spell, right?
Disguise cap. Or it doesn't really matter. Like, depending on how it would work. If I... Just to change one part, if I had to blow a level 1 spell, I really wouldn't care.
Did her hat go to you?
Who's that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it went
It's that hat.
I thought it went to Luke.
I thought I went to Luke too.
It did, but I stole it back from Luke.
Ah, you little shit.
Sorry.
That's what part of the story was. Luke has been using it.
I thought you just knew it.
Okay, so...
I mean, that didn't probably make sense. I mean, he can do similar spells, so it's not an issue.
I would say...
Minor illusion.
you would need to, like, come up with the extent of the illusion at the time of casting. So you wouldn't be able to, like, switch it on a dime.
Okay.
You would have to, like, end the spell and then recast it.
You, like, drop a fork.
Yeah, but even if I bent down, I would still have to go to draw form. And then coming back up.
Yeah, but you're...
I got it.
Okay, because the way I did it is your body doesn't change, but your visage changes.
Yeah. I excuse myself to the bathroom. And I go in there. Is anybody in the bathroom?
No.
Okay.
50 men.
Then I'll just
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. They're...
Fuck out.
It's a staff member that's
Oh,
just holding
I hate
like
those. I hate those so much.
napkins
The
and
worst
stuff.
bathroom
reading.
attendants are so awkward.
the
worst thing.
But I'm like, I have to tip you.
Are there stalls?
Yeah.
In the fucking, are there stalls?
There are.
Okay, then I'll go in there. And,
Goes over to it. Here you are, sir.
are you joining me too?
If you'd like me to, sir.
This is everything. This is it.
I prefer not to. I would prefer not to, though.
I would prefer you not to either.
Okay. Good luck, sir. Here you go. Very good. He goes over back to like the sink.
Okay, I'll shift, I'll drop, and then reshift just with now just the high change.
Okay.
And then I'll go back out.
Fascinating.
As you come out, it's like, oh, sir, here's some soap. Here you are. And, oh, yeah, I can help you with this. Here you are.
This is not
It's helping you wash your hands. It's like, all right, and so here is this. And don't worry, I'll flush that for you. You didn't flush. All dried off, sir. Please continue to enjoy your meal.
I'll give him a gold piece.
Very good. Thank you, sir.
Only a gold.
And then I'll go back out and sit down.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Looking at whoever the new guy is. Whatever, I don't care. Val doesn't care about him. Then I'll sit back down looking at him. So, if we could just cut the games at this point.
The games. I think the games are more in y'all's court than they are on my own. I've been quite honest with you all since we first met. If anyone's shady, it'd be you all.
An honest high elf really doesn't.
Oh, yeah?
I hear it. What?
Where is she?
Look at
What was your conversation about then, might I ask?
That was...
If you're being so forthright.
Well, my conversation, if it bothers you so much, was about you two.
Obviously.
My helpers always look out for my best interests and worry, one, why, and two, worry what.
So what's the what and why?
The why is why I'm spending my time with you all when you
It's
are
a very good question. Why are you wasting my time?
Wasting mine. You're trying to tell me that your time is worth more than mine. In this life, we are given multiple moments. Each moment allows us to go on to the next. Don't try to say that yours is worth more than mine.
It's one of the waitresses comes over. The waitresses like hurries over. Is everything okay here? Is it the wine?
Oh no, the wine is perfect. If I could get another of
I can answer any questions about the wine. If there's any kind
The
of
wine's
kind of
perfect, thank
disputes
you.
or anything.
No, the wine is fine.
Okay.
How far into the wine? Have you gotten anywhere into the wine at all?
You guys don't even have wine at the table. But usually all the arguments
Are about wine.
yeah.
It's just what they're used to.
If we could just get if we could get one of the bottles from Loxon.
Yes, of
Thank
course.
you. I think one of the ones I had last time I was around here was quite good. The one I had last.
Okay, yes, I'll do that. And she hurries away. Comes back.
Starts asking everybody. What did that guy
Damn it!
She kind of comes back out. The one box. She's like, "This is definitely the one that you had last time. It's just gone through a couple of changes since then, and the company is under new ownership, and this is the one."
It is fine. Thank you.
And she leaves.
Glasses. Could we get some glasses for the wine?
She did bring glasses.
Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry. You were rambling about something earlier.
Who are you, truly? Who are you both, truly? I know you very specifically I know you were hiding who your true self is, which I have no means to try to ruin that. I know many people need to hide their appearance, especially in a city such as this, where the hatred runs deep and the memories, they hold on to the past quite well. I, luckily, myself, have never had to deal with this issue. But
That's just because high elves are always assholes, but...
Most can be. I travel myself a lot, and I have met many who are and many who aren't. I myself try to stay on the other side, as I am a merchant of sorts. My family has always been of merchants, and one of our trades is we try to stay away from the
Asshole nature.
Yeah, I guess that's one way to put it.
A high elf who likes to stay on the right side of the asshole line.
Yeah, I like that. Okay.
So I can play the vote, but I don't
nice.
need to vote the vote, as the saying goes. So I can easily tell by the disdain you have for us high elves that you yourself are not a high elf. So who and what, pray tell, are you?
As far as you're concerned, I'm a high elf right now.
Fine, we can stick with that. But your friend over here, Xena, you really thought you could pull the wool over my eyes with a name such as that?
I think it's a nice name.
Truly. What is your real name?
Tatiana.
And you, the shady one, can only be a one or the other. But since your words seem to flow like silk, I'd say you must be Val.
Oh, sorry, the compliment got me. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it wasn't truly a compliment. It was more of an insult to the other one in your party that would probably be bumbling around with her words.
Oh, Sumiko.
Yes, that one.
She's harmless.
I quite.
She's learning.
I wouldn't say her words are quite like silk, but they are interesting.
But I have nothing. I actually have been quite a fan of you all since I heard of you from an entertainer I ran into a few cities back.
Fucking loot.
That's the only reason you
that was his
know
name.
who we are, or the only reason you're interested in our true identities?
Yes, I mean, that's what I recognized you from. I still myself am looking for. I originally was here looking for Trixons, but then I noticed you. And the entertainer happened to take on, I guess, Loot. I forgot his name. Loot. Loot is what he said his name was. Loot. He,
Like the instrument.
Oh, that makes...
Mm-hmm.
That works. Oh.
It does.
I don't know. Well, names, they're hard, aren't they?
Sir Trigon.
Yes.
I want to remind you that our request for Lord Tars will be coming up soon.
Ah, yes.
We should be meeting with Sean shortly.
Yes. We should be done here momentarily. Appreciate the reminder.
Of course.
But where was I? Yes. So, aside from seeing you, that was the main reason I originally wanted to find the folks from Trixons Fixins, but, I would easily settle for someone that I was a fan of the story. What you did for this country, for all of us, was quite astounding. The story, pray tell, of you fighting a Baylord, is that accurate, or was that... Okay.
That's what happened.
Interesting. The things you all must have seen. But, I would like to. Obviously not in here. This isn't the place, nor is it the time. I myself am traveling to the keep, and it sounds like you all have your reasons to travel there. I don't, pray tell, need to know, but I would like to verify who you say you are. When we step out of here, there's a path that we will take to the keep that is outside of praying eyes. Would like to see the true you. I recognize her from the stories, but as for you, you're still hiding yourself from me. I don't want you to break in here, but I am not going to allow someone to walk into the keep on my good name without at least doing my due diligence.
As long as we have your word that you'll get us into the keep, I'll show you.
I will. That's the easy part. Getting in is easy. As for what you want to do in there, for my own sake, please don't cause any havoc.
I would never.
I mean, I heard the stories. I know what havoc you all can and do cause.
But you also know it's always for
For the greater
The greater
good. Yes. But Kangron is a place where the greater good is Kangron's greater good.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
well
Great.
said.
Let's go.
All right.
Do you think, given this recognition, I should wear the hat and you should use a different disguise?
You can do that.
That way we'll at least be able to take in our surroundings before they immediately know who we are.
Mm-hmm. It's not a bad idea. We'll swap on the way there.
Okay.
Okay. Then I'd say that you all kind of go further into this district, and you see that Elipsor at many points is like speaking with the guards, letting them know of his request, and you can see that they are continuously leading you towards where Shorin stays to speak with his advisor, but they aren't really sharing anything about Shorin at this time.
Do we know who Shorin is?
I would. I
Is that your
My dad.
dad? Okay.
Yeah. Val would know. Val would know.
Don't we know that he's unconscious?
No.
That didn't come up
That
when we were on the streets. Okay.
But yeah, so eventually you make your way to one of his many advisors who lets you know that he is currently in a comatose state, but that he will instead set up a meeting with the Gurugram.
Acceptable.
Not terrifying at all.
So he gives you directions to where she can be located, and once you arrive,
Am I still with them at this point, or am I on my own?
I'd say you're
You're with us.
you're still with
I'm
them.
disguised as a high elf with one of the silvery cloaks that your people wear, so we just look like we're like tagging along. Your servants.
They're not servants, they're helpers. I'm better than that.
Sure.
Your helpers.
I pay them quite well. I gaze upon them every now and then. It's payment enough.
Loot and rice been combined.
So I'd say that you get to like the one of the many chambers that she allows for people to wait. They essentially become waiting rooms. They're sometimes used for different things, whether they're like large meetings or galas or whatever. But
Oh, while I was
you
walking,
are-
did you guys ever admit to tricks and fixins? Because I would have known that from the story. Would you guys have finally admitted to that?
I didn't say anything.
Shorin's advisor took you to the Guru Bran instead.
Oh, I figure. Oh, I 100% knew something was
I
going
had
to go
been
wrong.
thinking about bringing it up, but
You
I don't know
he's
whether I
in
would have, whether it would have come up. Mostly just in case we need to switch gears into the salespeople thing while we're in there to have it up our sleeve. But I guess I wouldn't have mentioned it.
okay. At this point, as you were all waiting, the five of
Going
you,
to, but
as you were waiting here, you can see that a kind of on the short side, maybe about 5'3", an elf, like seems to just open the door and looks at all of you. Hello, I am one of the Gulgran's advisors. Before you meet with her, I just need some information. What is it that you plan on meeting for? What is the purpose of the meeting?
I have words that were originally meant for Shorin, but apparently he's unavailable currently. So it's from
Unfortunately,
Lord Taz. Lord Taz has sent me. So.
Lord Taz.
Yes.
Give our thanks, and please tell Lord Taz. Thank you for bringing this message.
Of course.
Are the rest of them, are they all with you?
Yes, they are. They're under my protection.
Make a deception check.
16. I don't know what my modifiers are.
I got your modifiers.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, I hope you all enjoy your meeting, and if you need anything else, please let any of the guards know, and we can arrange it for you to the best of our ability, of course. So I'd say about 5 minutes pass. And he kind of comes back into the room and says, she is ready for you. We're going to have the meeting in her chambers instead.
Perfect. Mind me 1 second. Delaron, I mentioned to you all,
Sir?
plus my two. Do you all need to see her?
I would like to get a look at her.
Okay. I will allow you to hold back in the room. The message I have for her is not for you all.
We could also go search the area.
Are you talking to Understand?
Mm-hmm.
How far into we're in the keep? How far in are we?
Pretty far in.
Pretty far in?
Yeah.
We're about to go to the Gugurans
You in, fam.
bed chamber.
You are on the second floor, in like room 10 of 25-ish rooms. Shall we? Are you all prepared?
Sure. And then I'll quickly. I don't see how they'd let us walk around freely.
Okay.
Vaughn. Silence. While I'm speaking. DM, do you understand what I'm saying? Okay.
She kind of gets close to you.
Oh, I got it.
She kind of gets close to you and kind of yawns.
We're ready.
And as you head out, that's when we're gonna take a break.
Are you serious?
I thought that was gonna happen to Jeff just because of time.
Yeah.
So we're gonna take a break and we'll be back in about 10 minutes. So go use the bathroom, go stretch, get some food, some drink, and then come on back so we can view the second half of this episode together. All right.
Bum, 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 bum.
Bum, 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 bum. Okay, we're back. We're back, y'all.
What up?
And where we left off, you all were about to go and speak with the Guru Gron.
It's super
What
fun.
could go wrong?
I hear she's great at cuddling.
She's really nice.
Great.
So I'd say
cuddling.
as you all head up to her chambers, you step in and you can see that she is sitting behind her desk. There is different sorts of paperwork that is set up, and she also has a full table with a map out with different small pieces that are in different areas of the country, or the continent rather. Hello.
Hello. I am Lipser von Trigon. It's a pleasure to meet you.
And you are here courtesy
Of Lord Tross. Lord Toss?
Lord Taz. Yes. Okay.
I have a message for you. Well, technically it's a message for Shorin, but I hear he is currently unavailable.
Yes. Unfortunately, he currently is.
Oh, well,
He's stricken. His health. Yes. What's the message?
I walk closer to her, motioning them to stay behind me. Walk up to her, and I say in a hushed voice,
Who do you walk up with?
just myself.
Okay.
Well, no. Vaughn is probably 5 paces behind me.
Right.
The porch light is on.
I would have tried to listen in. Is there something that I can roll to see if I can hear him? Or is it safe to say he's out of earshot?
He's out of earshot, but for magical reasons.
Gotcha.
As he starts talking, you're realizing you're in the same room as him. You should be able to at least hear something. But as you look in front, you can see that Voneth is moving her hands, and you don't hear anything.
Okay.
Thank you for providing that information.
Of course. Is there anything, while I'm here, that I could send back to Lord Taz?
You can tell him that the rocking chair has been put out.
Consider it delivered. Well, while my visit has been short, it's been a pleasure. If you're ever in need, let us know.
Have your friend stop what she's doing.
Vaughn?
She just breathes. You can kind of hear again. And all of them are here with you?
I mean, they walked in the room with me, so yes, they are here with me.
Introductions are in order. Starting with you, please.
Fennel.
The way you said that sounded shady.
Make a deception check.
Jesus. Did you just hit puberty?
No.
That was me not trying. That was me not throwing a dagger. 24.
Okay, alright.
Fennel. Interesting name. Did you get it from your father? Or your mother, perhaps?
My mother.
Where are you from?
Stonehaven.
I see. How's life there?
Good compared to here.
Well, we are under hard times right now. And Stonehaven is a nice place. I'll give it that.
It's a lot cooler.
Your mother should be proud of you.
Oh yeah?
Yes.
Why is that?
I just feel like you embody all of the things that a parent would like.
And that is?
Whatever you want, really. Sasha.
Oh, fuck.
She kind of, as she moves in, she takes her pinky and flips yours back. Like this, as she's shaking your hand. Very, very, very nice to meet you, Fennel.
Hand is on weapon.
Oh yeah, the other
Like
hand is
hovering,
100%
just
under
like-
the cloak.
I don't like those berries at all.
She starts to squeeze harder.
That's a lot of berries.
Squeeze harder. You can feel. I just want you to make an athletics check in order to kind of keep your hand like straight.
I failed all my athletics checks this week when I was with my sister getting a tattoo.
She was squeezing the hell out of it.
Took a lot of damage.
18. Can I roll an insight to see if she's basically like, your disguise sucks?
Sure.
15?
She seems to be looking right past you.
Like,
Right past the disguise?
She does not appear to be fooled.
then I'm gonna retract the wrist blade into her hand.
Val, no! What?
Okay. What? Go ahead and roll for attack.
Oh no.
That's not how you do it.
Natural 20.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Take it down to 20%.
Oh no! This is fine. I'm just thinking of like, is there any way? No, there's no way. It's the wristlet. Like, there's no way I know that's happening. There's nothing I can do.
Okay.
Well, my fake name
I will
is
say-
no longer important.
No.
We'll just switch over
I
to
will
a
say,
different window.
as you do this, you let it go. You can see that it pierces her wrist, and she kind of looks down.
I'm just gonna.
No.
I'm sorry. What do I see?
Huh?
What do I see? Blood.
It appears to be there, just shaking hands and kind of looking at each other.
She doesn't react other than that.
Not yet.
She a boss. She a boss.
She appears to be
Okay, so
just
I can't even
staring
tell
at
that
him.
anything happened.
No.
Okay.
Oi.
Alright, I'm cool then. I'm cool.
As your dagger goes in, she kind of takes her other hand, Puts it on top of yours.
Oh my god.
Now, Fennel. I know that you're excited. And as she's holding your hand, she is going to... like, very slyly, like, rub on your hand. You can see that she is manually pushing the blade back into your wrist. And it's kind of like messing up the mechanism. You're definitely going to have to spend some time to like fix it at a later point. But she's like shoving it back in, and this thing is pretty powerful.
Whoa.
You kind of look down. You can see that there's that scar. But there isn't any blood that comes out.
Oh, that's not right.
And she,
No.
holding your hand, she's kind of like, Fennel. Fennel from Stonehaven, right? Right, Fennel?
I'm just giving her daggers for eyes. I would probably visually be shaking. Not like furiously shaking, but...
You're kind of freaked out.
Oh, not about her pushing the blade back.
Okay.
No.
At this point, she lets your hand down. Fennel. She walks closer to you. Closer. And closer. Till eventually her lips are at your ear. I want you to make...
Can I try and step in as she gets closer and closer and closer?
You sure, bud?
Just...
You can give me...
I just want to try and make some space and be like...
Hi, I'm insert name
I'm
here.
not stepping in like fighting her, yeah,
You
but
can
just I'm
give
just trying to
me-
make some space. Like, I don't like it.
You can give me an acrobatics check with disadvantage.
An acrobatics check? I'm not leaping. I don't think she's about to kill him. I'm not leaping in front of him. I'm literally just trying to sort of step in and like get her attention on
She's
me.
moving very fast. So if you would like to get in the middle of that, you're
Alright,
gonna have to make that check.
I'll make a check.
Disadvantage.
With disadvantage?
Correct.
2 dice.
Okay.
Oh.
That one.
Oof.
Yeah. So
Which
I'd
is
say
a 9. That's
I'd
my
say you
thing.
as you
Because
are
again, I'm not doing something crazy. I'm not like, oh god, no! I'm literally just trying to walk across. Like, if I can't walk across that quickly, then I would just get as far as I can and then stop. You know what I mean?
I was gonna explain.
Jeez.
Okay, but like, the acrobatics check makes it seem like I'm like,
Doing cartwheels.
Yeah.
like, that's, it's not like that.
It's
Anyway.
more it's more so the acrobatics check is not how fast can you move or like can you dive in front of them. It's your reaction speed
Okay.
to what's going on.
0.
I just want to be clear, I'm just walking.
And you got nothing on your reaction speed, so.
Yeah, I'd say by the time you start like trying to go in,
She's already there.
she's already there.
She's already licking his ear.
I would be into it.
I mean, them high elves.
Right.
Okay.
Val, I would like for you to give me a wisdom save.
Oh god.
Normal.
I'm gonna use the luck on that.
Okay.
It would have been an 11. Oh, it's even worse. 8.
Okay.
The dice are not our friends today.
She whispers into your ear. Dovhall, do me a favor. Take off your disguise. And I would like for you to go into the corner of the room and punish yourself for doing this to me.
Wait.
Go on.
Whip yourself.
Would you cast command?
You don't
Is it
know.
something that obviously made me?
I would say it's definitely different from anything you've ever felt. Like, you want to.
Does the mind control ring help at all?
I don't think so. That's just for reading thoughts, checking insight.
Okay.
Yeah.
For just getting
alignment
into your
check.
mind. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Do I have time to get a word out
Sure.
as I'm taking the disguise off? Or as I'm dropping disguise? I'm gonna rip your spine out of your back
Val, what
and show it to you.
are you
I
doing?
would say out of that, I'm going to rip. And you just see him taking his mask off. He goes into the corner.
You dumb mother.
He goes.
That's
He
Val.
goes into the corner, and she kind of turns around to everyone else. Introductions. Who are you? As he's still walking.
What is going on?
I'm sorry.
Val, what are you doing?
You can respond if you like,
He's dropped his disguise.
but keep in mind that you know this is something that you actively want to do. But you can respond if you would like to.
Now, would it be a response of what I'm doing?
Whatever you want. But it seems natural. It seems like it's something you want to do.
Punishing myself.
What? No, you aren't. We're done here. This has taken a very strange turn. I'm gonna start
is-
walking towards him.
She's going to get in front of you. He is on timeout.
Wait.
Now, are you going to introduce yourself?
I'd rather not. Now, can my friend and I go?
I find your lack of manners to be reprehensible,
It's in your best interest. to listen
abhorrent,
to it.
even.
My lack of manners
Do me a
is what you
favor.
find abhorrent.
Do me a favor. I would like for you to give me a proper introduction.
It would help if you weren't controlling my friend over there right now. I would feel a lot more comfortable in your home. And I would be more than happy to introduce myself. I'm not comfortable. And you seem like someone who cares a lot about making sure your guests are comfortable.
Did you see that your friend attacked me?
No, I saw him shake your hand.
And she shows you the scar.
Wait.
That looks like you've had it for ages.
This loose skin. This is fresh.
There's no blood.
Sometimes that happens. Poor veins. As she says that, you can see that it's starting to bleed.
Clearly you know who my friend is.
Excuse me?
Fennel, it seemed like you'd met him before.
I've never met Fennel.
Lips are party have taken a knee.
That makes sense.
Face it down.
Yeah.
Prostate.
Yeah. Dear Lord.
I think he deserves a little lesson before we proceed
Proceed with what?
with talking.
Is this how you normally greet visitors to Kangron?
Normally, if someone were to make an attack on the Guru ground, they would be executed.
So why did you make an exception for him?
I feel nice today.
Lucky us.
Ever so lucky. Val? Valgave? Fennel?
Does it feel like even if I didn't want to, something would still come out?
You recognize that?
Yes.
Be a dear and take the shiny dagger that is in your right pocket. Second side down. Take that one out for me. It's such a nice dagger. I'd like to see it.
Which one? The fire dagger?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
Any wood?
Oh, I see.
Listen, what do you want from us? Okay, this is... I don't know what kind of game you're playing. Obviously, you hold all the cards here.
Slide it down your arm.
Don't, Val. I'm gonna try and stop him.
And she's going to stand in front of you, so if you'd like to try and push her out of the way or something, you can.
I will try to get past her acrobatically. I'm trying to shove her.
Make an acrobatics check then.
Nat 20.
Your girl. Fuck yeah.
Get it.
Okay. Really.
Get it.
Okay. So you manage to get around her, and you're just gonna run over
I'm
to
just
him.
gonna wrestle the dagger out of his hand.
Okay. I'd say it's about 30 feet away, so you're just trying to run over to him as he's like carving it down his arm. Manages to get about halfway by the time you are trying to wrestle it out of his hand. I'm gonna need you to both make an athletics check because he is actively fighting you.
Okay.
19.
Oh yeah, she beats me. You said acrobatics?
Mm-hmm. No,
Athletics.
athletics.
Oh, even worse. 9.
So you kind of knock it out of his hand. So he starts to like stand up and try and walk over to it. He's walking very, very slowly, so you do have time if you want to do anything else.
Send it.
I'll just try and grapple him, like grapple his arms.
Okay.
Which is what, athletics?
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be 17.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna need you to use acrobatics.
Wait.
10.
Okay.
All right.
Jeff's like, I can roll shitty. I got shit dice.
Okay.
Where that shit at?
I rolled low. If I rolled a little higher, I was gonna make you use luck.
Oh shit.
Look, you must know why we're here. Can we stop this and talk, please? I'm Tatiana. It's a pleasure to meet you.
See, was that so difficult?
No,
Val gave you may stop. Now, come over and let's have a talk.
You would probably feel me like less tense.
Take a seat, Valgave.
I walk over to try and get my dagger out.
You may.
Or how far away is it?
10 feet.
I'll just use mage hand to get it.
You walk over to the chair. You sit down. And Tatiana?
that's right.
Now, I am Seshar Lightchild, the Gurugron of Kengron. Pleasure to meet you. She kind of pats you on the head. Hello, Dove Hall. Fennel. I'm Sashar. Isn't it nice to be friends? Now what can I help you with?
Well, we have a friend that I think you know. Cimmeria. We were wondering if we could have audience with her.
Speak the devil. She should be here soon. Would you like to wait for her?
If there isn't anywhere else for us to meet her,
We can wait here then. And you wait. And in about 20 minutes, Cimmeria arrives.
A lips turn party would have
Left.
left. 100.
Slowly back
they're
down.
gone.
Something along the lines of we have done our stay. Peace the fuck out.
You're not a part of this.
Not my problem.
That makes sense.
They find their way back to the market.
Okay.
I was like, me too, but I can't go.
I'm with them.
I'm just a servant.
So, at this point, Cimmeria steps into the room, and you can see that Valgate and Tatiana are in this room as well as Seshar.
I'm still disguised as a high elf, though.
Fair. Then you see
A high
a
elf.
high elf disguise and Val. Or you see a high elf and Val. And Seshar.
Although you might recognize my outfit and my gear. I guess.
Why?
Perhaps.
Because we hang out a lot.
Because we're sisters.
We know each other. Ah,
We share everything.
oh my god. Traveling peasant.
Oh, that's bad. Okay.
As you step into the room, you see them. They don't look familiar.
Oh,
I knew it.
I told you you could, but I didn't want you to.
Hey, why?
I did, but I didn't.
Why?
Okay.
Cimmeria, you have joined us.
Yes.
It seems that we have some guests here that would like an audience with you.
Oh, I see.
Please.
Face him.
I'm sorry, do we know each other?
No.
I-
We don't know you. I'm like thinking to Val. I guess she's trying to act like she doesn't know us. like maybe she doesn't want them to know that we traveled together.
I'm just like scratching my head. I don't think she's that clever.
Fact.
I'm sorry, why is there a spider in the keep?
That is a great question. I've asked myself the same.
I don't understand.
It seems that they're here for you.
I thought that we didn't let that kind into the city.
I made an exception, since it seems that they are quite fond of you.
Who are these people?
We are merchants.
From Trixon's face.
We got a dope ass staff. Shit.
Look, could we talk in private?
Is this not private?
Is this not private?
I think we'd like to just catch up a little bit on our own.
Catch up. I'm sorry, I've never met you before in my life.
I'll insight her to see if she's telling the truth.
Make an insight check.
I am also disguised.
She's telling the truth. I don't know. 5?
It appears she is, she seems very confident in her words. And she's not a great liar. So.
Nah, you're right.
That's kind of interesting.
Oh, did she keep us down? No, she didn't keep us down.
Don't even.
Give it back to you.
She can get everything back.
Monster.
Look, Cimmeria, I take the hat off. I'm pretty sure she knows everything.
And
anyway.
half out. Okay.
She clearly knows who Val is. We've met before.
When?
The last few months. When she was away from Kangron, we traveled together for a short time.
I've not been on a mission in the past 2 months. Is this some sort of...
Where's your locket, Cimmeria?
I don't have it anymore.
Your ring?
And nor do I have that. Thinking about when I might have lost those, do I have any memory of it? Not having them? Huh.
What do you want?
That's not how you speak.
Sorry?
Show some respect.
Are we free to go, or is there something that you want from us?
Do you remember that mission I was telling you about?
Yes.
I would like for you all to help her. I'd like for you to travel with them.
With a half-elf and a drow.
Yes.
Very well. Where are we going?
You will be traveling to different parts of Sentil and delivering gifts for me.
Yes.
And you, and your other two friends within the city will be accompanying her.
Do you know where our other two friends are?
Not this direct moment. I know that they came in with you.
Do you know why we came here?
Not precisely.
No? What do you know?
Please watch your tongue.
I know that I am going to need for you and your party to help Cimmeria fulfill this quest.
Well, you know, we would do anything to help Cimmeria.
Then do you accept?
I guess it would be nice to know a little bit more about what we'll be doing and why you didn't simply flag us down as soon as you were aware of us coming into the city if you wanted to talk to us. Why did you let us go through this ruse to try and get in and speak with her?
Well, it seemed as if you all were a bit preoccupied with other things. And I had planned on it, but it seemed as if you sprung upon me before I was prepared. So might as well have the conversation now.
Okay, what would you like us to do?
Each of the stones that are in your chests, we will be providing more of those to other areas of Sentil.
You have more of them.
I do.
So do we have you to thank for our possession of them?
I suppose.
How did we come to have them?
It's a long story.
I'm very interested, and I don't have any other plans.
I do, though. Don't have the time right now. Perhaps one day. So, consider this top priority. These stones provide the weak with a fighting chance of survival in this world.
How?
Do you not feel the power that courses through your body? Has it ever been very easy for you to pick up a skill?
Practice allows you to pick up skills.
This augments that.
And you're just giving them out to everyone out of the goodness of your heart.
Not everyone. But
Not
some.
either.
But some, yes.
Who qualifies for such a gift?
I am in the process of making arrangements with certain countries here. Certain cities here. Cities that need the most help. That might not have the necessary funds or resources to create medical supplies or defend themselves.
If they don't have funds or resources, how are they paying for such a generous tool?
Must they pay?
I think that's usually how these kinds of arrangements work between cities.
They'll pay with more than money.
Oh, thank you. To watch your tone.
It is okay, Cimmeria. They are outsiders, after all. We can't expect the same standards. You see, Fennel, the knowledge that I am helping them out is enough. I do not seek payment from them. You will not be collecting anything from them.
Truly benevolent.
I'm trying my best.
These are difficult times.
Agreed. Especially with the state that your father is in. We will get through it.
Wouldn't one of these stones help to cure whatever ails him?
That's a great idea,
I
Tatiana.
hadn't thought about that.
Is that possible?
It's not possible in his state.
What a coincidence.
It was painful.
It was what?
Painful.
What was?
process.
The process too.
Use one of the stones.
You see, Cimmeria has recently gone through this process herself, as I wouldn't wish anything on anyone that I wouldn't do myself. Vice versa. I have one, and now so does she. It definitely takes someone who is conscious and can fight it off. The process is a little bit tough, but worthwhile. Cimmeria, come here for a second. I forgot. The very strong-willed sometimes lose their memory in this process. But
I remember.
I planned for this. You do actually know these people. Come closer. Okay. You can see that she, almost reaches into her pocket, doesn't pull anything out, but puts her hand on your chest. And you see that she kind of nudges you, just slightly. And you fall back about 15 feet, kind of sliding across the ground. And even though it does hurt, when you stop and you kind of look back up, you remember everything.
I'll run to her side. She's being thrown back 15 feet and sliding across the ground. Are you okay?
Tatiana, why are you here?
I don't know.
That's fair. I'm happy to see you.
I'm happy to see you too.
I have something I need you to help me with.
Your leader filled us in a little bit.
These are my friends. I didn't know they were here.
Introduce me to them.
This is Tatiana. She's a monk and a very good fighter.
That'll come in handy.
She
Tatiana?
punished the Veilor demon that we fought.
You were the one responsible.
Yes, it was quite impressive, and Valgave is probably the one I spent the most time with in Castle. He was also a very good fighter. I learned some things from him while I was there.
Good to meet you. What did you say his name was?
Valgave.
Valgave? Is that correct?
That's what she said.
Spunky, isn't he?
Yes, he doesn't know when to pay proper respect and bite his tongue.
Hasten.
What did you say?
Hasten.
Oh. So, you plan on helping Cimmeria?
Yes, like I said, we would do anything for Cimmeria.
Wow, that's awfully kind of you to suggest.
This is very important to me.
I'll figure it out.
Seems that you've found some good companions.
Where are Virion and Simigo and Lute?
I'm not sure at the moment, but we'll find them.
Oh,
And you're helping as well, correct?
Yep.
That's so nice. Well, I can give you all the information that you need to know. And I'd like for you to be on your way tonight.
Very well.
And as I mentioned, I will be mobilizing my forces to look for a cure.
Thank you.
Where are you going to look?
I'm thinking of scouring the western part of the continent.
Hoping to find...
A cure for whatever is ailing my father. He is indisposed.
What do you know so far? We can keep a lookout for any information as well in our travels.
He is in a coma. They found him that way. He was exhausted, and when they put him to sleep that night, he did not wake up in the morning. That's all I know.
Tragedy, truly.
Do you know anything else?
About his ailment?
Yes.
I do not. It seemed very sudden.
Well, please send word as your forces start to find more information.
Of course.
Could we see her father to see if there's any telling signs of this ailment and what we could look out for?
I've seen him.
You are allowed to walk the premises as you please. Provided that you are in Cimmeria's company, of course.
Of course.
Wouldn't want any of my guards to get antsy. We don't see many drow or half-elves here.
We can continue to use disguises if that would help.
That is up to you.
I'm sure you can understand then why we were a little nervous coming into town.
I understand. I don't blame you. I'm just glad that we have come to an understanding. Now go off and be the leader that your father raised you to be, and complete this mission. Someone will be at your room in the keep for the end of the day with more information.
We'll wait there. Thank you.
Of course. Thank you.
Bow again.
I will bow just a little over dramatically.
Face slaps.
Flexible. Monk flexibility.
Okay.
I will take them to my room.
Okay.
What are you doing here? I'm glad to see who I am, but I explicitly told you not to follow me.
When have you ever known me to listen?
We didn't like the way that we left things.
I didn't either. But it was completely different when I got here than I thought it would be.
Yes, she was much more,
Merciful.
less killing than I think we expected.
Yes,
It's almost curious. I can understand why they wouldn't want to waste the daughter of the city, but
if my father is... If he doesn't recover, they're going to need me.
I see.
am his only heir.
Do you think that's why they spared us?
No, they spared you because I need you.
Ah.
On your mission from the Guru Gran?
Yes. These stones that you all have, I know where they come from. And what they do.
They heal the weak.
Yes. And amplify the powers of the strong.
I'm surprised it was so difficult to find that information. You would think that Kangron would want everyone to know where that came from.
I don't. I think there are plenty of people who would want to abuse it.
Yeah, that's one way of putting it.
What's wrong with you?
It's just a lot of questions, and we didn't have enough time to get all the answers.
Why are you behaving this way? I thought you'd be happy.
Happy with what?
I'm not dead.
Oh, that, yes. Yes, that
And
I
you're
am.
here.
I am here. But
And needed. And there's good being done, and you can help with it.
I can. But I don't think Kangron is requesting your help.
We should maybe talk about this outside of the keep.
Why? This is where I live.
Were there any guards or anything like that stationed outside or anything? Like prying eyes?
Not necessarily directly outside of the keep. There's a lot of guards inside
She knows
the keep.
everything as far as I'm concerned.
I know, right? That's what I'm assuming at this point. It's like, it's like, unless we go out of the city. Coming into town, the reason we got into town was because of Trixon.
Why did you come to town at all? You couldn't have known I was going to be alive.
That came to us as a surprise.
We hoped.
Did you?
I also wanted to know what you ended up telling them about my mother.
Nothing, actually. I wasn't, Typically, we torture individuals who have been out of the city, but they didn't.
They didn't ask. It didn't come up at all. Insight check.
Wait.
I mean, I know what I know, but Tatiana is like really wanting to know. But she rolled very low, so it's a 2. So, whew. My honest sister.
You always so
Cheerleader.
truthful.
Good.
Dumb job.
Good. I'm more rolling to see if I believe her. Yes.
Did the Guru Gran tell you anything else interesting about your mission, or about you being away, or about why you're still alive?
You hear a knock on the door.
I go to
Yes. Cimmeria, we have a lord here who is insistent on meeting up with you and your companions that you brought up with you.
I'm sorry? Who is this?
Lord Eclipse von Tyga or something like that.
I don't know such a person.
Seem to know you by name and know the names of your friends.
Do you know this person? Have you?
Furion? Diving into the stone.
What's he look like?
Well, he seems to be from the Moist Oaks. He has the traditional garb.
Oh.
And he does have a badge with him from
I suppose if you know him,
the
then
Lord.
we might as
Yeah,
well.
we know him.
Yeah, we do know him.
You can send him up, I suppose.
Okay.
Thank you.
Goes and grabs him. Comes up with his two helpers. So you step into the room.
Would you mind if they wait outside?
Certainly. Vaughn, Jax.
We're discussing something rather private. We haven't met. I'm Cimmeria, Sandriel, and you are?
And I am Ellipso von Dragon. It is a pleasure to have your acquaintance.
And a pleasure to have yours. You know my companions?
We met earlier today.
Briefly.
Oh, I see.
Mm-hmm. Can we help you?
Yes,
Kind of thinking about, well, like you've kind of put on the spot there because for the first time you're seeing Cimmeria as well, and I would say you've also heard some stories, especially the whole desertion thing. So that's kind of going through your head, but you do remember that you are really interested in that rod. I guess you just wanted to hear more about it. Because you didn't actually make a purchase before.
and according to Lou's stories, you're not alive, but...
we told everybody that Cimmeria's dead.
So that's where most of the stutter comes
I
from.
told him not to lie about that, but okay. Very well.
I was looking for them.
We weren't planning on you coming home quite so soon, so.
I see.
left you abruptly due to reasons that I'm quite sure are obvious.
Everything turned out just fine.
I'm glad.
My arm is probably fucking bloody as shit because I'll never wrapped it. Did they heal it or anything like that?
You're just bleeding.
Bleeding all over.
What happened to you?
I'd say you probably.
I mean, I would have wrapped it, yeah.
But you would have seen the wrappers.
What happened to you?
He made decisions. If you need assistance, Vaughn can help you out.
What?
One of my helpers can heal you up if that is what you need.
Yes, he'll take.
Sure, I'll
The
take
help.
the help.
Later. Well, later the handle that. But no, the reason I'm here though is
Don't do that.
To check in on us.
yes, to check in on you all as well as I am still quite interested in one of the wares that you all were telling about. But now that I see the atmosphere of this room, I feel like this might not be the place.
Your words.
They're selling things.
We got into town because of Trixum.
You fuck. I'm sorry, forgive me for that. I slipped it there for a second. So you are here on Trixton's behalf.
I'll tell her, disguise back into the high elf.
What are you doing?
I'm selling my wares.
What the fuck is that accent?
It's quite beautiful, isn't it?
Is that supposed to be me? That sounds just like when you... What?
Nothing. I thought it was pretty convincing.
Would you like to buy something?
Oh my god. Who is this?
Who's who?
Who's this person that you're wearing?
Oh, this is Fennel.
Is he someone you've met? Are there two of you walking around? Or did you invent him?
I invented him. I just took every perfect aspect of the high elf that I could think of. And Fennel.
You think you'd look a little more like me?
Anyway, how can we...
How have you?
I'm sorry?
I have heard stories of you, and after spending several hours with these two, specifically this one, how on earth have you ever spent more than 2 seconds with him?
I don't know.
The mind
We're
is...
a lot of fun, personally.
I never said you weren't fun, I'm just saying
I think I'm fun.
When you spend a while with them, you warm to them.
quite nice.
They endear themselves to you.
As I have grown throughout my merchant ways, I've realized that the others aren't half bad. But
I tend to disagree.
you say that, but you're still with them.
I'm with these two.
Yes, there are definitely others.
Others? What do you mean, others? Oh, sorry.
Thank you. The disgrace is enough. No.
He spent the majority of his life on the surface. He's no more a drow than you or me.
He still is a drow regardless. Doesn't mean I don't think nothing less of him, but that's just because of my family taught me otherwise. Versus most high elves,
He rather looks like a drow, but he doesn't act like one.
I actually have been to the Underdark myself. I've worn a disguise or two. I've had to make myself beneath.
Wow.
Has anybody ever
So
been
proud
murdered in
of
your
you all sinking to our level. It's really, really so impressive.
Keep behaving yourself and we'll find out.
Is there something we can help you with now that you know that we are
The teleportation
here
rod.
for tricks and fixins?
The what?
The teleportation rod that you all have.
wares?
I am quite sure my benefactor would be, and I myself would be quite interested in purchasing that.
It is a quote-unquote rod of teleportation. It will not take you anywhere within this plane.
Yes,
It is more of a think upon whatever you would really like, and that is where you will end up.
Are we really trying to carry out a sale right now?
And you can bring 200 of your closest friends with you.
I'm sorry, this seems inappropriate. We have some things we'd like to talk about. Are you going to buy it?
I mean, that's why I was here.
Do you have the funds right now?
I always have the funds. I didn't realize you all were in the middle of something.
We rather are.
I can meet later, I guess.
I mean, Trixon did send us with his,
Yes, I wouldn't prevent you, but
I'm sorry, I have no idea what on earth they were brought in here for. They didn't inform me of anything. They just said they needed in the keep, and I'd heard of their stories and of your successes throughout the land, and I assisted them in getting into the keep. And,
Thank you.
Of course.
I do appreciate it. Only we have a lot to talk about, I think.
Well, I would definitely be interested in purchasing it off you. Obviously, right now you are indisposed. If you can find me later, here's how you can reach me.
Did you just hand me a card?
I did. I did.
It's location of where he's staying, and the extremely specific, like, hours that he's usually there.
Office hours.
Yeah, like Monday between 7 and 7:15. that kind of shit.
10 minutes.
I'll be here for 2 more weeks. So, but
I hope we're not here that long.
We won't.
For the
We
sake
have
of
to
this
use
city.
tomorrow.
I know.
It might even make sense to just sell the thing now.
Yes. Would you like to buy it?
That's why I am here. I've said this several
Well,
times.
give it to the man.
Reach into the bag of holding.
How much were you selling it for?
130,000.
Oh hush! You said 120 before. I think
not.
the The shit that you have drawn me through today has at least brought it down quite a few.
I'll bring it down to 120,000.
120, I say 110.
Hold. I'll pull it back a little bit.
You gotta lick your finger.
You know the quality you can expect from Trixon.
I do, but I also know the bullshit that I have put through today, and my name itself was brought through the mud.
How much did you say?
I said 110, however, I'll be paying slightly differently than you would expect.
What is differently? I only know money. Is it like jingle jangle?
I have this here. As I present in front of you, a crystallized frog. It's a small antique diamond. This itself is worth about 50 to 55,000 gold.
So you're about 45 short.
The rest will be in gold. This is part of it. I try not to travel in just gold because one can only carry so much.
You say that.
I know that because I'm handing this to you. You don't look as meager as I believe, but
Insight check.
if you
Want to
need,
get taken by this dude?
if you need it appraised,
10. No. 18. 18. I was thinking it was an int modifier. It was an
You're doing an insight check, correct?
Yes.
I see you are staring quite heavily at me. I have a ledger for its actual worth. If you let me finish, I was getting there.
So, but do I believe him though? Regardless of the ledger, like, do I believe that frog is worth 55,000 gold?
It's a diamond.
It's a diamond.
That's completely up to you to believe. But as far as what you tell from him, as far as like his delivery of it, he doesn't like hesitate. He doesn't drop a word. He is kind of looking at it, gives it over. He is he's not like actively looking at Val when Val is examining it. He seems really, sure of himself.
All right. Now I'll look at the ledger.
Yes.
It looks above board. Assuming.
Well, fun fact. If you do end up conning us, I've seen Trixon disintegrate a creature before.
Don't threaten him.
I'm not threatening him. I'm just threatening him via Trixon. Because it's Trixon's money.
I've bought
He's
from.
probably not tougher than a Baylor demon.
I've also bought from Trixon before. Trixon would recognize my name. Well, you'd have to. If you really called him right now, he would verify the stone itself.
I am sure.
I would never call him Trixon because I would like. I would never call him
Where's
Trixon.
that goddamn horn?
I would never call him Trixon because I plan to purchase from him in the future.
I understand that, but he is not here, so I'm speaking as a member of his party. He will disintegrate you alive.
You mean as a friend of his?
If you fuck him over.
That he allowed you to enter into the city upon his name.
Please, just give him the rod.
Disintegrate.
Okay, whatever. Here's this, and along with it is 55,000 gold. 55 gold, goddamn.
I just hold open his bag of holding.
55,000
Do you have platinum
gold
by chance?
and the 55,000.
Of course, it's only
That's only
platinum. I just say it in
110.
commoner terms.
Oh, 55,000, 55,000. Yeah.
Yeah, 55,000.
110.
We're still making 10
That's what
grand.
we
It's
agreed.
fish. I just hold open the bag of holding, pull the rod out.
And I give it to him, and I imagine that the amount that I'm holding is not in fucking gold, because that's gotta be heavy as shit.
Platinum.
I mean, I do have a bag of holding for my money, so there's that. So.
But you have many different ways of carrying gold.
Yeah.
Like you can have it in ingots, just bars of gold.
Okay, just carry bars of platinum around. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You fucking peasants with your fucking coins.
I'm gonna peasant this dagger into his neck.
So I'd say at this point, it kind of makes his leave.
Before I do, Vaughn does heal him.
It kind of comes up, grabs onto your arm, and you can feel the Cure Wound spell being activated.
And I will say, look, I'm sorry we ended up being so much trouble. That wasn't the plan.
I still do appreciate what you have done to this nation. And what you have done for, and do appreciate it. I do look forward to hearing what tales come next. Just be careful. Tread lightly. Make
We'll do our
correct
best.
friends. Not the wrong ones. Take care of them. And just
I'll do my best.
as we all try.
Thank you.
And if you ever find yourselves in the Moistoke, you can look us up.
You have a place to stay,
Thank you. That's very kind of you.
of course.
I have to get myself one of those cloaks. It's shiny.
You should see it at night. His, at least.
My armor does like glisten when you're within range. So
Nice.
How very nice of you.
I did not write that piece.
That's it. So you guys make your leave, and at this point, you guys start to have this conversation,
Yeah.
which
What
we
the fuck are you
can
doing here?
pick up.
Please start with that exact thing,
Because-
though.
It is 8 o'clock. Sorry,
Is
but
it?
I like those reactions.
Is it?
I like that.
It has to open
you
those
sure?
Cimmeria going, what the
you
fuck
sure?
are you all doing
Yes.
That's what I want. That's what I want every
That's
session.
what we need to
Yep.
start.
Every sesh. Hey guys, it's time to end. What?
I'm gonna start doing stuff
Where are you,
to
Jordan?
throw at you.
Not that time.
I was surprised you threw me in there to make a sale. At the end, I was like, all right.
Gotta complete the purpose of your character.
Tap the others like, why are you here? I'm like, motherfucker, am I here?
The shifty wood elf.
Should I yell at you guys for fucking throwing me, for fucking betraying my trust?
Probably that too. All right. So, thank you guys for joining us. This video.
It's good to be back.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
We'll be here next week.
Yes, we will be here next week, and stay tuned for more things from us. Be on our social media so you know all of the goings ons.
We got podcasts
Going
dropping
on.
on
Going on.
Thursdays.
Podcast dropping on Thursdays.
Ongoings.
We got our Discord.
We got Discord.
We got next
We got
Sunday.
Twitter and
We got Twitter.
Instagram.
We got Instagram. We got.
Here's our
CampConductors.com.
SoundCloud link.
There you go.
Oh no.
Here's our mixtape.
Yeah, Luke's mixtape coming up
Courtesy of
fresh
Luke.
right off the boot.
Yep. All right. Well, enjoy your Sunday.
Oh no.
Thank you for joining us, and
Good luck watching the Game of Thrones
Yep.
finale.
have a wonderful week.
Finale.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're again.